everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Diving Deep with the Gale Force Twins. Amanda, what are we diving deep into today?
We are diving deep into our North Carolina red fishing trip that we filmed for our TV show, which is on the Outdoor Channel. And we are going to go behind the scenes into my personal best redfish.
Your personal best redfish, but not just what we're about to see and the fact that you caught this really, really incredible redfish. Also, what it took to get there. My name is Emily.
My name's Amanda.
And welcome to Diving Deep with the Gale Force Twins. What it took to get to Amanda's personal best redfish. I think we need to start way back with trailering the boat from Big Pine Key.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even think about that.
Yes, so the boat that we had to trailer all the way up to North Carolina started in literally Big Pine Key, which is mile marker 30. So for those of you that aren't familiar with the Florida Keys, it is pretty much as far down as you can get without going to Key West. It's pretty far down there.
We're pretty much at the very end before Key West. I would agree with that. So yeah, I forgot about that. So prior to this North Carolina trip, we were filming with the boat in the Keys, and so, of course, naturally,
the boat was in the Keys.
The boat was in the Keys, and we had to bring it all the way to
Yes.
North Carolina. So
I will say it did get broken up from Big Pine Key to Stewart first, and I think it sat in Stewart for, it was only a couple days. We brought it up to a dealer in Stewart.
I think I had to get a service or
service
something
on it and just get it all ready to go for the real long haul of Stewart all the way up to Belhaven, North Carolina.
That is true, and oh my gosh. See, like, that's the thing is people don't, you watch on TV and it all looks amazing and incredible. But fun fact, prior to this trip to North Carolina, so we had ordered the new Simrad saltwater trolling motor, but it was on back order.
Oh my goodness.
And going into this trip, we found out that our trolling motor was like, it was in stock, like it was on its way to us.
So we're literally making phone calls left and right. Like, how can we get this trolling motor installed before we're literally inshore fishing, red fishing? Actually, wait, the irony of this is I don't think we used our trolling motor in North Carolina.
We actually didn't.
We didn't.
But we didn't know that at
We
the
didn't know
time.
that was going to happen. So at the time, we're thinking, like,
This is a red fishing, inshore fishing trip that was not only North Carolina, but it was also paired with South Carolina.
Yes.
So we were like, this is the time that you need a trolling motor.
Yes.
Like, what are we going to do?
So thankfully, our friends at Simrad pulled some wonderful strings. And on the way, we were able to stop in Charleston, South Carolina to get our trolling motor installed.
Day before we had to start filming, though.
Oh, yeah.
This was to the wire. And, like, if they ran into any issues installing this trolling motor, like, it was going to delay, like, a film day. And we had already had, like, everything booked. Like, the hotel is booked and the charter guide is booked and everything was taken care of. So that was a long haul to go from Big Pine to Stewart just for a couple days for a service. Then we find out the trolling motor's ready to be installed.
Wait, and then I have a funny story, though. So the trolling motor is ready, and it's in a big cardboard box. And we put it in the boat, like in the transom for the trailer. And one of our camera guys who lives in the Keys, because he lives near us, we kind of like buddy drove together in case anything went wrong. And he's driving behind us on, I guess we're on 95. And he calls and he's like, guys, cardboard is flying everywhere. So we literally had to pull over. So it rained, for starters, it rained. So the cardboard got wet. And then these pieces of cardboard are flying off the boat and into his windshield. And then we had to pull over. We basically, I think we just used
like duct tape and more ratchet straps. Like the trolling motor itself was perfectly fine and the box itself was fine.
Actually, no, the trolling motor box was fine. It was the cardboard box that it got shipped in.
Yes, because it had rained and like the top of that box got wet and it was like the lid for the lid of the box. So it wasn't like the end of the world other than the fact that like cardboard's flying down the highway.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was crazy. We ended up trailing that boat. It was like 15 hours. We did spend the night in just outside of Charleston to get that trolling motor installed, which kind of was a blessing in disguise because to go straight through all the way to Belhaven.
That would have been very exhausting.
Would have been exhausting. So we did get a hotel in Charleston, spent the night there, got our trolling motor installed. Woke up the next day and finished the drive. It was a journey.
It was a very long journey, and I think I drove the whole way.
Emily did drive the whole way. She's just kind of become the trailering twin.
Here's why. The reason why is because between the two of us, even though it's essentially our truck, it's really my truck.
It was our truck.
Yes.
And then it became your truck, which is fine. And so the truck is Emily's daily driver.
So I drive our truck every day. It's my daily driver. So because of that, I'm way more familiar with it. So when it comes to getting in it and towing a boat, it just naturally.
And then like naturally what happened though is like Emily became like the boat trailer girl, and then I became the like you were the truck girl and I became the boat girl. So like I was the one.
Yeah, so like at boat ramps and stuff, Amanda would always hop on the boat and pull the boat off or pull the boat on. And then I became good at managing the trailer. So because of that, we should probably go out of our way and trade every area
that like we're not well rounded in. Like Emily does this job and I do that job. And we could switch jobs, but it probably wouldn't be pretty.
Exactly.
We had an invite to River Forest Manor in Belhaven, North Carolina for several years, and we just never took the time to take the trip. And when we were planning season 1 of our TV show, we were going through our locations, and we were like, we want this to be a travel show. Let's take the trip. Oh my gosh, we were sleeping on this place.
It was this perfect, quiet, quaint, cute, old little town. All mom and pops. I don't even think there was like a Walmart. Like it was just in the middle of nowhere, and yeah, like Amanda said, we were sleeping on it.
It was incredible fishing. So River Forest Manor, they're like also like more known as a wedding venue, but also an excellent place
for hunting.
They do hunting trips and fishing trips. It's like an outdoorsman place, but also a gorgeous, gorgeous venue. It's an old house is essentially what it is. You're staying at like a house. This isn't like a hotel. It was gorgeous. I mean, such a cool experience. And once we got there, we were like, oh, wow. I mean,
this place is nice.
It felt like a vacation. And, well, I say it felt like a vacation. I feel like for some reason when we film for TV, it always feels like a vacation. And I'm going to say the reason why is because we have people. We have a team.
We have a team of people. We have people to help us.
Yes.
It's not just all on us.
Normally when we film for YouTube, it's just the two of us and 4 cameras, 5 cameras.
By ourselves. And no one to run the boat, no one to really help with anything, dumping files, going through footage. But when we're filming for the show, it's like a team sport. So the load is a lot lighter, it's a lot more distributed. So we're able to really immerse ourselves in some of the moments and really appreciate and enjoy what we're doing.
Yes, absolutely. So we got connected with Tanner from Darkwater Outfitters to take us red fishing. And fun fact, going to this trip, I had never caught a redfish.
I have.
You had.
I have. Nothing, I mean, decent sized redfish, but not like monsters. Like
we've just never been inshore fishermen.
Yeah.
And it's something that like, I would say inshore fishing is something that we actually have always just done for fun, but we didn't necessarily do to film it.
Yeah.
And
the reason for that is because when it comes to creating content and filming, volume is important. And there's people out there like Nick Stanzik, for example, a sword fisherman who created a whole channel and a brand off of catching one monster fish at a time, which is incredible and it works. But our preferred method is volume. Let's go catch a handful of snappers. Let's go catch a couple groupers. Let's go catch
some mahi.
We've
just never been like into the inshore thing.
We've never been into the inshore or like the one big fish at a time.
Yeah. People. That's never been our style, which don't get me wrong, I love to do it, but if I'm going to go do something like that, I want an expert.
Yeah.
Like, we're not experts at everything.
No.
So definitely when we had the opportunity to go red fishing and we had a local guide with us that could take us to the best spots and get us on these fish, it was obviously a no-brainer. And I remember when we started, Tanner was like, okay, well, we don't need to start till later on in the day for when the sun sets. And going into this trip, some of our shoots, we were having 10, 12-hour days on the boat. And we were like, what do you mean we're not starting till like 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah, that was strange.
That was very strange. So the first day, I think we convinced him to start earlier.
Yeah, we were like, we need to start earlier. And he was like, okay. Obviously, like, this is one of those moments where you look back and you're like, yeah, there's an expression. It's always do what the crew says. And if it's not, it's like if it's not working,
listen to the
try
captain.
doing what the captain said the first time or something like that.
Should have just listened to him in the first place.
Exactly.
So we do go out. We're definitely out there way too early because the fish don't start biting until like 4:30, which is when he said we should go out. And I think Emily caught the first fish. I don't know. We're gonna watch it together. We're gonna watch that segment together. But all I know is I hooked into my first redfish, and when I tell you this was the largest redfish I had ever seen in my life.
And honestly, Amanda, we're not gonna cap ourselves, but I think I'm gonna say that it's probably the largest redfish you'll ever have caught in your life.
And that's the crazy thing.
You started at the top. Like,
I started at the top. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like that mahi we caught in Costa Rica. My 65-inch mahi. Something very similar happened, and we went to Costa Rica.
Yeah, and have you caught a bigger one since?
So I have not. Yeah. So the crazy part is this was like in the, we'll give you this mahi story really quick. In the very beginning of like our fishing days when we were really just getting into it and just working on boats and pretty new, we had an opportunity to go to Costa Rica.
I think we were still in college too during this Costa Rica trip.
I think we had just graduated.
Or like freshly out, yeah.
And we had the opportunity to go to Costa Rica on a fishing trip. Of course, we said yes. We took it. And I caught a 65-inch mahi. And it was so big, it bottomed out a 50-pound scale. The scale was also rusted. It broke the scale.
Yeah. Like, I remember they picked it up on the scale.
And it went, like, to the bottom and just
poof. And then like, the fish falls on the deck. It was
so we never,
like, well, I guess it's over 50.
And it was during a tournament, so they weren't able to find another scale because all the scales were being used for a tournament. So we never got the final weight on this fish. But it was bigger than us. And I remember one of the guys on the boat goes, you know, that's the fish of a lifetime. You'll probably never catch a fish like that. And I remember thinking to myself, like, well, what do you know? Like, I'm going to top this fish. Like, you know, this was in the early days and I had not caught that many mahi yet. And, well, I haven't topped it yet, but I still think I can top it one day.
One day you'll top it.
One day I'll top it. Maybe one day I'll top this redfish as well.
Before we watch this segment, for those of you that are listening or want to watch what we're about to watch, you can watch our TV show either on the Outdoor Channel, which has already aired in its entirety, or you can stream it on myoutdoortv.com with code GALEFORCE for your first month free. As always, details in the description box. Amanda, are you ready to watch you catch your fish of a lifetime?
I'm so excited. Let's watch it.
We've had ties with River Forest Manor for years and have been trying to put it on the calendar and make a trip to get over there. It may have taken us some time, but once we were there, it did not disappoint. We specifically planned our trip to Belhaven, North Carolina around the Bull Redfish Run. The River Forest Manor connected us with Captain Tanner from Darkwater Outfitters to guide us on our Bull Redfish trip. Heading out for some redfish, hopefully. Captain Tanner's gonna put us on them, I'm confident. Are you confident, Tanner? Word on the street is he's pretty good.
We're gonna start there. There's a couple different ones. We'll jump around and try to find out where the fish are.
In true Gale Force fashion, we had quite the conditions to work with. It was windy and rainy, but we didn't let that stop us. We still got out there, got anchored on our spots, and dedicated time to catching these redfish.
I feel like it's worth mentioning a couple things. One, I don't know what it is about you and me. I feel like we jinx ourselves by running with the whole Gale Force Twins brand. We bring the weather with us everywhere
we go.
My goodness, it was gloomy, it was blowing.
Windy, it was blowing, it was rough, and you're totally right. The weather follows us.
I look back at filming the whole TV show season, and whether we were in the Bahamas or the Keys, I feel like we're constantly dodging storms, getting blown out, having to like make so many changes because of the weather, and I'm just like, well, we just bring the weather with us.
We bring the weather with us. And actually something else that, you know, as we're jumping in and watching this again, so fun fact is that this episode, even though it's episode number 3 in our lineup for season 1, this was the second to last episode that was filmed.
Yeah,
it was our last shoot
out of order, or they were aired out of order, I guess. And first of all, for starters, this was truthfully my favorite show to watch.
This is hands down my favorite show. It's my favorite shoot. It was my favorite location. Everything about it I was obsessed with. And I think because it was a new experience for us, but also, I mean, at this point we were on our so I would say it took us around 50 days to film, almost 60 days to film season 1. So we're on day 50 of 60. Mm-hmm. So we're friends with our crew at this point.
Yeah.
We're friends with our camera guys.
Yeah.
We're friends with like the team. So we're all really close to each other at this point, and we're really comfortable on camera. And I feel like we really like hit our stride at this point.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like even though from out the gate, like everyone was wonderful and friendly, the reality is like there was still an adjustment. We went from the two of us, always just us two alone filming for YouTube, to like 4 camera people, a support boat, and just having more bodies to work around and angles to work with, and just kind of like understanding each other. And like Amanda said, this episode that we're watching right now, this was like our 50th day of working together, and like the chemistry was just there.
Yeah, like sometimes I look back and I look back and I'm like, I wish I had gotten comfortable sooner. But the reality is I didn't even realize I wasn't fully comfortable until I watched back this episode. And I was like, oh, like, this is what happens when you really, really, like, just, you forget the cameras are there. And I think that's what happened here. And we're just so used to the two of us having full control over when the cameras are on, when the cameras are off, what we're filming, what the angles are.
Yeah. And honestly, watching us be so comfortable and casual for this episode makes me really excited for season 2. Because now that we've completed, like Amanda said, now we're at like 60 days. Like when we start filming season 2, we're going to be 61 days working together. So we're starting season 2 with a lot more under our belts as a team.
Light tackle fishing is always fun to use light tackle to target big fish. It really allows the angler to feel more of the fight and feel like how strong your fish is. We have a variety of rods and reels with us, but we are down to, we have like an 8 to 14 pound rod with a Penn, I think this is 25 or 3500. This is like smaller than a snapper rod. I mean, no, we can use it for snapper, but for snapper down by us, we use 4500 size reels. I think we're using a 3500. So if we hook into a big fish, it's gonna be a fun fight.
Now we need a drum.
We did not need to come out and start fishing this early. The redfish don't bite until really the sunset bite, which I don't think we're gonna have much of a sunset tonight with this weather. But we decided to come out early anyways because we had the time, and you know, it's the time when you're fishing. But it's been a slow bite, which is what we kind of predicted until around, we got like till 6 o'clock, and then the bite's supposed to turn on.
Believe it or not, I have actually never caught a redfish. And when one of my rods went off, I picked up the rod and I was fighting the fish, but the water was so dirty that you couldn't really see much. And I got a bit of a red flash. And I said, oh my gosh, it's a redfish. But I didn't realize how large this fish was.
I'm kind of nervous, I don't know why. No pressure. No pressure, I'm like, yeah, we're all watching. Everyone's staring at me reeling a fish. It's a good one. Oh, I just saw it.
Oh,
it was a redfish. Yeah. It just surfaced for a second. I'm like, this fish is moving forward. I'm gonna walk up. Walk forward. Watch the anchor line. I know. Holy cow, it's huge! Just take your time. Oh my gosh. Walk back down. I know, I'll follow the fish, don't worry. He didn't go into the anchor line, so might have to go back behind the motors. Emily, gonna be ready with the net? Yep. You think he's coming out this way? I think I'm gonna bring it around this side. Okay, Emily. Get her in the net. Lift her in the boat. Ready? Do you need help? I got it. There you go. Tanner, put it in the fish. Tanner, he hardly even fit in the net.
Now you know why I said the other net wasn't quite big enough.
Yeah, we brought our own net and it was too small. And Tanner was like, we're using Tanner's net. Well, let's check this fish out.
You heard Tanner there just say, and your guys' other net wasn't going to be quite big enough because we came with all of our stuff. Like, we like to show up prepared. We had our own rods and reels and nets. And Tanner took one look at our net before he left.
He goes, that's not gonna work.
Exactly. Because we're not, when it comes to inshore fishing for us, for when we do every once in a while dabble in the tarpon or like the red fishing, we're not catching monsters. We're catching the cute, like, schmediums, you know?
Sometimes even juveniles. Yeah, especially down in Florida.
Yeah.
You know, that fish, like, I mean, the fish is still on the deck, so you haven't even seen it, like, in my arms yet. But once it ends up in my arms, I'm telling you, like,
the perspective is
it is insane. So, Emily, let's just, let's see me pick this fish up.
Let's see you pick this fish up.
This is my first redfish I've ever caught, and it's this is a trophy, isn't it?
Very much so.
Oh my gosh, Emily, can you believe this? Is this bigger than your redfish? Yeah, you definitely beat me, that's for sure. This is a monster redfish. Oh my goodness, Amanda.
That was seriously, like, an insane first redfish ever. You can clearly call it a personal best. And, like, it's funny when you start the trip off that good, sometimes you get nervous.
You're all, like, look around at each other and you're like, did we really start with, like, that much of a high? Like, how are we going to top this?
I can assure you, the red fishing stayed just as good. And it might have even we went into the night. And if you do want to continue watching this red fishing, details in the description box. But I do want to talk about my other favorite part of this trip.
Okay, what was your other favorite part, Amanda?
We had the chance to go oyster farming.
With
Curry Tuck. Yes. It was Curry Tuck Oyster Farm, right? That was the name of it. Yes. And also such nice people. I mean, the people in the Carolinas are just genuinely, like, really nice people.
Well, yeah, and I think even though there's plenty of nice people in Florida, we do live in a very high-paced, competitive area.
Yeah, there's a lot of hustle and bustle in South Florida for sure. Especially, like, being close to Miami. You kind of get that hustle bustle for sure.
I remember, sorry to go off on, like, a tangent. I vividly remember.
Oh, I do too. So I know exactly what story you're going to tell.
A little backstory. Our first 2 years of college, we went to Louisiana. And we got really accustomed to the culture and the hospitality in Louisiana. And 2 years into school, we realized that we wanted to eventually be back in Florida. And us just being honestly, we're very practical people. We were like, well, if we know we want to move back home, like, why don't we just do it now? So we transfer to the University of Miami, for those Canes fans. And it was our very first day, and we're taking the shuttle, and the shuttle stops, and all of a sudden, like, everybody, like, guys, women, get up and just cut each other off and start getting off the shuttle. And that was, like, a moment of, I am not in the South anymore. And the men just got up and just walked right in front of you and hustled off the shuttle.
Yes.
Whereas I was, like, in Louisiana, used to the guys being like, go ahead.
Yeah, like, I don't think we had a shuttle. Did we have a shuttle in Louisiana? But
no, but it was just,
it was like, if you were on one, I guarantee you, like, the men would have been like, you go ahead, you go first, or I'll hold the door for you. And then we get to school at Miami, and it's, like, our first day, and it's like, excuse me, you're in my way. I was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I feel like we're definitely back in Miami. But, Amanda, should we move on? Okay, so this oyster farming day. So this was such a cool thing that Tanner connected us with these people, and they were super nice. They took us out on their farming boat, and they walked us through
basically a day in the life as an oyster farmer.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely gave us, like, the easy side of it because
Amanda, we got put to work.
We did get put to work.
But it was, like, you know, a little bit of everything. We didn't have to, like, kill ourselves.
No, we got to experience a piece of every aspect of the day, but we didn't have to do the whole day with them.
Yes.
Like, we only went for a couple hours, which was super nice. And during this day, they told us we had to try a raw oyster. And let's just say that this was the funniest thing that I've ever seen happen. Emily and I don't like raw oysters. We've never liked raw oysters.
Yeah, so for starters, we don't eat raw oysters. I love oysters. I like them baked and garlic parmesan and all those Rockefeller. But raw is just one of those things. I love raw fish, but raw oysters, I kind of draw the line. Raw oysters and raw
clams is where we draw the line.
Yeah, and again, we're not going to knock things. We're not going to not try it. So, of course, going into this oyster trip, I was emotionally and mentally prepared to have to eat a warm. Don't forget, we're in the Carolinas.
It was warm.
This is warm water.
Well, okay.
Well, warm.
You had to wear a wetsuit.
Yes.
It was wetsuit temperature, but
warm for oysters. Okay.
The oyster was warm.
Yeah. Warm, salty oysters.
All right, let's check this out.
Because we were fishing in the afternoon and evening, that left our mornings open. So we got up early and we headed to the oyster farm. We visited the family-owned Curry Tuck Oyster Company, where they walked us through the process of farming oyster. They didn't just walk us through, they put us to work. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot more than I thought it would be from, like, in the bag. There's a big blue crab.
That's tarpon candy right there.
Oh, yeah.
I want you to teach me how to clean this oyster.
All right.
Get the barnacles off.
Okay, so you can see this oyster here has got a barnacle on the top side. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my knife and I'm gonna use my thumb here to pop it off. So we don't wanna do like this because this will damage the lip, and like he said, it will decrease the shelf life of the oyster. So after that, this one's pretty clean, and then we'll go over there in our pre-sorted large oysters.
Under the table. There's
nice
another
work.
bull crab. And keep working, right?
Yep, and we keep working. That's correct.
Okay.
I love eating cooked oysters. However, raw oyster is something I have tried in the past. I've never really been a fan of. But when in Rome, I had to give it another try.
Okay. All right.
Just come right off the top and just kind of like
just swallow it? Like,
no, you chew it up.
chew it?
All right, ready?
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Just swallow it.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta say something like, man, that was salty.
Holy cow. Oh my God, swallow it. Don't spit it out. Swallow it.
You gotta swallow.
These were not small oysters, and they were not cold. They're warm. Eating a warm, salty oyster straight from the farm is definitely not for the weak.
The funny part is I did manage to eat my oyster.
Okay, but yours was a little smaller.
Yeah, because I picked a smaller oyster.
No, I didn't pick mine. They picked mine for me.
Okay, so they handed you a large oyster. You
I'm
could have
not
said
kidding. This thing was like,
it was massive.
I don't know, I feel like it was like 3 inches long.
And the funny part is Emily decided to get rid of her oyster. She didn't, and
No, but honestly, Amanda, like, it was a gag reflex. Like, I couldn't swallow it. Like, I was like, there's just, my body was like, you're not swallowing.
it just knew. We don't like raw oysters.
It was so, I feel like they knew what they were doing. They were like having fun with
they were
us,
like,
and
here's
like,
the largest, warmest, saltiest oyster.
Yeah.
However, they did send us home with some oysters that we did get the chance to cook up and eat, and they were delicious.
really yummy.
So,
And I'm sure there's oyster people out there that, well, I think everybody would agree that, like, warm oysters are gross.
I
Like,
think
even
it's
oyster
Yeah,
lovers.
no, I don't think it's something like obvious. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, if people like them warm, then everyone would be eating raw, warm oysters. But
Right.
we
Okay,
don't.
I mean, you know what, Amanda? It makes for good TV.
Makes for good TV.
Makes for good TV. We hope you guys enjoyed watching us / listening to us react and talk about Amanda's personal best redfish and our experience.
And Emily's horrible oyster experience.
And it was not horrible. It was just less than ideal.
So these are just snippets of our favorite episode and favorite shoot from season 1.
Yeah.
I mean, hands down, it was just the best. I loved everything about this. So if you do want to watch the whole episode, you can go ahead and get it on the Outdoor Channel or My Outdoor TV.
In the meantime, we hope you get out there,
Have fun and stay safe.